Welcome back to the channel. It's Free Souls about to get back into your life today. Look, I really hope that you had a great Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is the only time that you can spend sacred time with your family. And there's nothing like gathering up at the table and spending time with your family. So I really do hope you had a great Thanksgiving. But now let's tune into the message today because I feel like I have a word for you. I feel like I got something that's gonna hit you. I feel like something that's it's gonna stir you up. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. So first of all, we're gonna start off with a verse. We always start off with a verse and we venture off from there. Because spiritual motivation, inspiration, it all leads into being a thing that's connected to go ahead and have you enter into true peace, true joy, true happiness, and true fulfillment with your life. Right? So let's move into this. So it says Psalm 7:15. I'm gonna reword this in a way where you can understand it. He makes a pit for him. He makes a pit, falls into a hole that he dug. So basically, a pit is a hole. You made that and you fell into it for yourself. So I'm going to elaborate on this. I hope that makes sense. I try to put it in a way that you word it because it's worded different. So basically you made a pit for yourself that you fell into it. You dug a hole and you're in a pit that you dug for yourself. So now it's time for you to get yourself out of this pit because nobody put you there. God didn't put you there. Your friend didn't put you there. Your family didn't put you there. Nothing put you there but your mindset, your thought process, and what you accepted into here that you called wisdom. That is what put you in this hole. So let's just say this. Like, you know how when people say, why did God do this or why did God do that or why does God do bad things to good people? Well, first of all, correct that thought because bad things happen to all people. There's no difference. Bad things happen to everybody, good people and bad people. It's just how life works. It happens. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, right? So now with that, and you never receiving clarity on your thoughts and your process or receiving an answer or going to the source, which is God, to ask him for help or for guidance or whatever it is, you never doing that. Now you created this falsehood, you created these lies, and basically now you got this magical God that's from your point of view, which is not it. So if you got this magical view of God right now that you're thinking of in Christianity and all these things, if that's what you think right now, imagine what other areas in your life and how the other areas in your life is connected to this. You know what I'm saying? What about your mindset? Let's just use that for an example, right? People go like, it's the way you look at things, positive or negative, right? And if everything's negative coming out of your mindset, it's because of the stuff that you accepted and the stuff that you allowed to come into your head. And you created these lies about who you are and what you believe and that this is right and that this is right and this is wrong. We're never, without going to the source and without going to, a book or without going to research and really figuring out, okay, what is this? So now your whole mindset, the way you live and everything you got going on is just based off your wisdom. Do you not believe that there's a higher authority? Do you not believe that there's someone that knows a little bit more to you? Do you not have someone that can mentor you and really pour into you and kind of shape your view? Because we're all different in our own ways and we all think different. And there's people out here that know more than me, that know more than you, that know more than each and every one of us. There's always a person that knows a little bit more that we can attend to or submit to or whatever to get clarity on our thoughts and just kind of express ourselves to. But, oh no, it's our, I have wisdom. I'm smart. You know how most people think. I don't need help from anybody else. I don't need guidance from anybody else. But now what I'm saying is that with this thought process, with what you accepted, that now you unconsciously have dug yourself into this hole that now you don't know how to get out of. And now you're sitting here unhappy. You fake put a smile on, right? And you fake go into shake somebody's hand or you fake go into whatever it is and you get home and you're drained because you got to be a different person in front of so many different people. When are you going to get tired of that and say, hey, I'm ready to change. I'm ready to change the inside of me and out. First, it starts with your mindset, though. It starts with you changing this. It starts with you saying, hey, I'm going to do something about this. I'm not just going to continue to let other people's opinions, other people's so-called wisdom, other people's thoughts lead me all over the place and not have accountability to my actions or not have accountability to the way I think. It's your mind. Why would you want to let your mind control everything you do? Because basically that's what you're doing. If you're feeling like, oh, I'm down or I'm sad or, oh, let's address that. If you're feeling like, oh, I'm down or I'm sad and then you accept that and you start telling yourself this, that's the lie right there. That's the lie that I'm talking about. Immediately, as soon as you say I'm sad, you just dug yourself into a pit. You just dug yourself into a pit that you're not going to be able to get out of until you change your mindset. Literally. Oh, you say, oh, I'm sick. A pit was just dug that you can't get out of until you change this mindset. I hope this making sense, right? You dig yourself into not only just a pit, but you dig yourself into pits, multiple different pits. Let's say, oh, I look at a receipt and I go, I look at a receipt and I'm like, ooh, that's too much money. Now you tell your mind that this is too much money. So what happens to your mindset at that point? Your mindset gonna be like, oh, I need to help him make less money because this is too much money. Oh, I need to tell him immediately when he wants to eat good to go over here to this Asian spot because he can't eat at Papados or he can't eat at this steak spot. Because you're telling yourself, oh, that's too much. So automatically your brain is going to trigger to figure out to how can I help him fit this need to where it's not that much, to where it feels comfortable to go and pay maybe $10 for a meal. Or let's just say, I'm just giving you examples to kind of help you figure out where at. Or let's just say you go into a mall and you see this guy walking out with like 20 bags. And your mindset immediately says, man, I wish I had that money. Or man, I wish, or not even that. Let's just say you said, oh, he's lucky. You just dug yourself into another pit. A pit of just negativity, of just telling yourself that you really unconsciously believing that you can't one day come to this mall and walk out with that many bags. So if you understand what I'm correlating to is that you got to get yourself out of this pit. You got to make a decision. You got to accept the fact that lies are being told to you. The people you around. Have you ever heard this saying that show me your friends so I can tell you where your future is going? Because that's true. The environment you are around, what you have feeding into your soul, what you have feeding into your mind, it is so key to what is going to help you move forward or move backwards. It's what's going to help you get out of this pit you done dug or stay in this pit and go deeper. That's the key to this, is just really changing your environment. And after you change your environment, change your mindset. After you change your mindset, then you can start moving direction. You start saying stuff. You start looking at stuff different. You know what I mean? Let's just give an example. Like, I go to my job and I come in there and people are, some people are like, why are you so positive? Why are you so negative? Is what I'm thinking in my head. You dug yourself into this negative pit. What's the point of this? What, you get the same energy out of thinking positive that you do thinking negative. So why do I want to sit here and choose to think negative? So I'm hoping this is just making sense on that. Maybe in some areas of your life that you can only tell for yourself, maybe pray about it, maybe really think, sit in some peace, sit at peace with yourself. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to not have anybody hit you up all day, and you really sit and reflect and reflect, not deflect, but reflect on yourself and figure out, okay, what areas have I dug a pit in that I need to now pull myself out of? That God is saying, hey, pull yourself out of. Because it clearly says like, hey, you made this pit and you fell into it. And also, God is not this some magical God that's just going to pop up out of air. And if you ask him for money, he's going to drop $100 million in your hand. Or if you say, hey, I need food right now, he's not just going to drop food in your house. Now, he can, but he's not. That's not how he operates. That's not how he works. And that's what I came to understand, is that people, they just miss this relationship with him. It's misunderstood, you know what I mean, on a lot of different areas. And that's for another talk on another day. But right now, I'm just really, really feeling compelled to just tell you, pull yourself up out of this pit that you done dug. Let's figure out what it is so we can pull yourself up. Because once you pull yourself up, and then we can start taking proper steps to get into a position to where your soul can be free. Get in a position to where now you can start see life different. You can start grabbing hold of these self-help books and these entrepreneur books and really pulling yourself out of this. You know what I mean? And you can start moving forward, walking forward, right? Because you have a higher calling on your life. I'm telling you that, and I mean that. There's something bigger and better that you can do that will fulfill you and make you happy. You just have to get out of this pit that you done dug. Yes. What area of life are you feeling like, man, maybe I might be in a pit. Maybe I'm thinking this way. Maybe I'm thinking this way. Or maybe I feel this way. Or maybe I'm taking too much knowledge from these people. It's just like when I get on YouTube, I don't click on every video. Or I'm on Instagram, I don't stop and watch every video, because that's going into my soul. And before you know it, you'll start to accept that, and then you'll start to be that. And that's not going to happen. And then you'll just drop into this pit of these people's lives. Because you believe in the wisdom they're telling you. You believe in what they say. You believe in the picture that they put up or the image that they portray on Instagram or whatever the case may have been. But what I'm saying is that you got to get yourself out of this pit, man. Let's get up out this pit. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and snatch yourself and just come out of there. Stop believing the lies. Stop believing the negative thinking. Stop believing other people's opinions about you. Stop believing all these different things. Stop believing that you can't go accomplish what you want to accomplish. Stop believing that there's not an almighty great God that has a purpose and a hope for you and that his promises are true. Like I said, I believe it's in Hebrews 6:15. Quote me if I may be wrong, but it's in Hebrews. He made an oath to us that God, he cannot lie. So he's telling you to come in. He's inviting you in. So how are you going to respond to his invite so that you can feast on the fruit of the Spirit, so that he can give you this and he can help you accomplish these promises and give you a hope in the future and tell you what your calling is, and God just steps and lead with you and get tuned in with him. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just let's do this, family. Dig yourself out of this pit. Let's start to dig ourselves out of this pit and just really come out of here and start fighting for our spirit, start fighting for our soul. You telling me, like, I heard this video because he's talking in the direction of this. He was like, you telling me you gonna go off and you gonna listen, like you gonna fight for your shoes more than you'll fight for your soul. He used a scenario. He's like, people are ready to fight over shoes when somebody step on them. But you telling me you'll fight more over your shoes than your soul? You'll fight more on more on your shoes than your soul? Man, we gotta fight for our soul, fight for our peace, fight for our mind, fight for us. And fight for God because he deserves it and because he is God. You know what I'm saying? So let's just keep moving, guys. I really appreciate you guys from tuning in. Let's get live. I feel like this video is from somebody. It just came straight just because of what happened to me. I'm charged up right now, dropping this up to you. So I hope this really touches you and moves you and tell you to get yourself out of this pit. So guess what? Tune into the Free Souls, because you already know what we're here to do. We're here to free and save and serve and free the souls of America, but not only America, global, but not only global, all around the world. So we going around the world, baby. It's see one, share one. If you see this video, share it to one person. We gonna start a trend and just wait till we get moving, family. We get this brand going, we get this merch going. See one, share one all over the world, because we touching people, we changing people, and we transforming people into new people. So go ahead and do this. Go ahead and stay tuned in. See one, share one, like, comment, subscribe, do what you need to do to this video. I hope this video touched you. So I'm gonna see you guys next week. All right, family. Bye-bye.